Peace be with you. A nature in common to all human beings is that all of us seek pleasure, all of us like what we like and we want more of it, and all of us seek to avoid pain. Whether it be emotional or physical, all of us seek to avoid pain. This is in common to all of us regardless of our race, ethnicity, nationality, gender, or whatever else. This is a basic truth. And because it is a basic truth, it should come to as no surprise to any of us that the devil, the shaitan, attacks us through this avenue, through this basic nature, and seeks to manipulate this basic nature in order to get us to destroy ourselves. We are told throughout the Quran that the devil has no authority over human beings, but only that he can whisper to them and get them, convince them to destroy themselves. Like, for example, in the 14th chapter of Quran, verse 22, we are told that at the day of judgment, he will say, I had no authority of you. I just called you and you obey me, so don't blame me, blame yourselves. We have to destroy ourselves. So the only way to convince a human being to destroy themselves is to mask pain as pleasure, to present pain as pleasure, to market pain as pleasure. And this is what Shaitan does, and this is what people who are afflicted by the devil do. You can take any of the things that God has forbidden in the Quran and just sit and think about them for a little bit, and you will see that they result in pain. Like, you can take drugs, for example. Initially, they make you feel good, and that is why it can be marketed as pleasure. But if you look at the back end of that, you see immense human suffering. It is clear, no matter where you turn, how much suffering these things cause. You can even take things like zina, for example, which is illegal sexual intercourse. It is fornication and adultery. Yeah, it can be sold as a good thing because initially it makes people feel good, but it always ends in heartbreak for someone. A lot of times it even ends in murder, a mother killing her child because it was a quote-unquote unwanted pregnancy. All of it ends in heartbreak eventually. Yeah, if you are a liar, initially it can benefit you, but over a long period of time, if you get to be known as a liar, it will harm you. And that's only looking at ourselves. When you look at other people, you will see that these behaviors are way more destructive when you look at the things justly. Like if people decide to be the mutaffifin, people who cheat in business, right? Initially, that can benefit you, and in the long term, it will harm you. But in the short term, it is harming the people you're doing business with. All of it is destruction, and all of this, the devil is playing on our short-term desires and our short-term feelings to present these things as good, but they are destruction and they are slavery, not only to others, but to ourselves. We have to be aware of this basic human nature and have faith in God that what is haram for a reason. We all are aware that if a child runs out to the busy street after a ball, that it is their desire. To them, it appears good that they are just going to get the ball. But the parents know that sooner or later, a tragedy will happen from which the child may not be able to recover. And this is ultimately the idea. The shaitan is telling us, hey, run after the ball, just get the ball. But God is telling us, look, there's cars on the street. And if you get unlucky enough, one of these cars is going to hit you because the behaviors you are participating in are risky, and the consequences of which you may not be able to handle nor recover from. So every time we obey shaitan and we disobey God, number one, we are obeying an entity that was told to bow down to us, that is lower than us. And number two, we are agreeing to our own destruction because we have faith in shaitan's lies. We have faith in the devil's lies that this is a good thing that will make us feel good, and we have completely rejected the good advice of the one that actually loves us. This is the reality of life and how it should be viewed. Peace be with you.